The world of cyber threats is often murky. Most people think of viruses or simple phishing scams, but some threats are far more sophisticated. Consider the Stuxnet worm, a name that sent shivers down the spines of security experts worldwide. This wasn't your average piece of malware. Stuxnet was a digital weapon of unprecedented complexity. Its target was highly specific Iranian nuclear facilities, particularly the centrifuges used for uranium enrichment. Its mission was sabotage, pure and simple, a task it performed with chilling efficiency. Stuxnet's discovery in 2010 was almost accidental. Security researchers stumbled upon it, puzzled by its sheer size and intricate code. The worm exploited multiple zero-day vulnerabilities, flaws in software unknown to vendors. This level of sophistication hinted at a well-funded, state-sponsored actor. Stuxnet was designed to jump air gaps, physical separations between secure networks and the outside world. It often spread via infected USB drives carried unknowingly by personnel. Once inside the Natanz nuclear facility in Iran, Stuxnet went to work. It subtly altered the commands sent to programmable logic controllers or PLCs. These PLCs managed the speed of the uranium enrichment centrifuges. Stuxnet caused the centrifuges to spin too fast or too slow, leading to physical damage. All the while it manipulated the control systems to display normal operating readings. Stuxnet was a wake-up call, revealing the potential of these unseen enemies. So what makes an attack an advanced persistent threat, or APT? Let's break it down. The advanced part speaks to the capabilities of the attackers. These aren't script kiddies using pre-made tools they found online. APT actors possess significant resources, often nation-state level funding and expertise. They employ sophisticated techniques, including custom-developed malware that evades standard defenses. They might exploit zero-day vulnerabilities, which are software flaws unknown to the software vendor and thus unpatched. Their methods are tailored, patient, and highly effective. The persistent aspect is crucial. APTs are not hit-and-run attacks. The goal isn't quick smash and grab. Instead, these attackers aim for long-term access to the target's network. They want to maintain a stealthy foothold, sometimes for months or even years. This persistence allows them to conduct ongoing espionage, exfiltrate data incrementally, or wait for the opportune moment to strike. Finally, there's the threat component. This refers to the human element, the organized group behind the attack. Think of it as a long-term intelligence operation conducted in the digital realm. APT attacks don't just happen, they follow a distinct life cycle. The first phase is reconnaissance. Attackers meticulously gather intelligence about their intended target. This involves identifying key personnel, understanding the network architecture, and pinpointing the software and hardware used. They scour public records, social media profiles, and industry publications. The goal is to find the weakest link, the easiest path into the organization. Once a potential entry point is identified, the initial compromise or infiltration occurs. This is where the attackers first gain access to the target network. Spear-phishing emails, carefully crafted to appear legitimate and sent to specific individuals, are a common vector. Alternatively, attackers might exploit an unpatched software vulnerability on an internet-facing server. After gaining initial access, the attackers focus on establishing a foothold and escalating privileges. They install malware, often custom-designed, to create backdoors. They then work to escalate their privileges, aiming to gain administrative control over systems. The final stage is often data exfiltration or mission execution. Many of the most sophisticated APTs are believed to be state-sponsored. This means they are backed by national governments. These groups act as instruments of foreign policy or intelligence gathering. Their objectives often align with the geopolitical interests of their sponsoring nation. With the backing of a state, these groups have access to vast resources, including funding, skilled personnel, and advanced technology. Several APT groups have gained notoriety over the years, often named by cybersecurity firms that track them. For instance, APT-28, also known as Fancy Bear or Strontium, is widely attributed to Russian military intelligence. Another group, APT-29 or Cozy Bear Nobelium, also suspected to have Russian ties, was implicated in the SolarWinds attack. The Lazarus Group, believed to be affiliated with North Korea, is known for both financially motivated attacks and disruptive activities. While state sponsorship is common, not all APT groups are driven by geopolitical motives. Some highly sophisticated criminal organizations operate with similar tactics and capabilities, but their primary goal is financial gain. Attributing an APT attack to a specific group or nation is incredibly challenging. Attackers are masters of deception. Section 5. Masters of Stealth: How APTs Evade Detection. One key to an APT's success is its ability to remain hidden. They achieve this through various sophisticated techniques. A primary method is the use of custom malware. Unlike common viruses that antivirus software can easily detect using known signatures, APTs often develop their own malicious tools. Another powerful technique is living off the land, or LOTL. Instead of introducing new, suspicious files onto a compromised system, attackers use legitimate, built-in system administration tools and scripts. When it comes to stealing data, APTs practice low and slow exfiltration. They might encrypt the stolen data and disguise its transmission using common internet protocols like HTTP or HTTPS. Furthermore, APT actors employ advanced obfuscation and anti-analysis techniques within their malware. They are also meticulous about clearing logs and removing any traces of their presence. Section 6. When Giants Fall: Real-World APT Attacks and Their Devastating Impact. The Stuxnet attack remains a stark example of an APT causing direct physical damage to critical infrastructure. Another significant incident was the 2013 Target data breach. Attackers gained access to Target's network and installed malware on point-of-sale systems, stealing payment card details and personal information from tens of millions of customers. A classic example of a state-sponsored APT attack was the breach of the U.S. Office of Personnel Management, OPM, discovered in 2015. Attackers, widely believed to be linked to China, exfiltrated highly sensitive personal information of over 21 million current and former federal employees. The 2014 Sony Pictures hack, attributed to the Lazarus Group from North Korea, showcased a different kind of APT impact. The attackers stole vast amounts of data, including unreleased films, employee personal information, and embarrassing internal emails, which were then leaked publicly. More recently, the SolarWinds attack, which came to light in late 2020, demonstrated the sophistication of supply chain attacks orchestrated by APT groups. Attackers compromised the software build process of SolarWinds' Orion platform. This allowed them to distribute Trojanized updates to thousands of SolarWinds customers, including government agencies and major corporations worldwide. This gave the attackers backdoor access to a vast array of high-value targets, enabling extensive espionage. It underscored the vulnerability of software supply chains. Section 7. Beyond the headlines: Why APTs Matter to You. You might think APTs only target large corporations or government agencies. This is a dangerous misconception. When APTs breach large organizations, the personal data of ordinary individuals like you is often compromised. Think about the vast amounts of information companies and governments hold: your social security number, health records, financial details, home address, and even biometric data. Furthermore, APTs increasingly target critical infrastructure. This includes the systems that control our power grids, water supplies, transportation networks, and healthcare facilities. An APT attack successfully disrupting these services could have catastrophic consequences for society. The economic impact of APT attacks is also far-reaching. Finally, state-sponsored APTs pose a direct threat to democratic processes and national security. Therefore, APTs are not just a technical problem, they are a societal and national security concern for every citizen. Section 8. Building your defenses: Protecting against APTs. For individuals, the first line of defense against the fallout of APTs is practicing good cyber hygiene. This means using strong, unique passwords for all your online accounts. Consider using a password manager to help create and store them securely. Enable multi-factor authentication, MFA, whenever it's available. Be extremely cautious about unsolicited emails, especially those asking for personal information or urging you to click on links or download attachments. Keep your operating system and all software applications regularly updated to patch known vulnerabilities. For organizations, defending against sophisticated APTs requires a multi-layered, defense-in-depth strategy. Relying on a single security product is not enough. Regular security audits, penetration testing, and vulnerability assessments are essential. One of the most critical aspects of defense is employee training and awareness. Finally, every organization needs a well-defined and practiced incident response plan. Section 9. The ever-vigilant stance, staying ahead of the threat. The landscape of advanced persistent threats is not static. It is a constantly evolving battlefield. APT actors are intelligent, resourceful, and highly motivated. They continuously refine their tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs. Therefore, cybersecurity cannot be a one-time setup or a checklist to be completed. It demands a commitment to continuous improvement, ongoing vigilance, and a proactive approach to anticipate and counter new threats as they emerge. Staying informed about the latest threat intelligence is paramount. One of the most effective ways to combat the growing sophistication of APTs is through robust threat intelligence sharing. When private sector companies, government agencies, and security researchers collaborate and share information about observed APT activities, everyone benefits. Investing in cybersecurity research and nurturing talent is also critical for staying ahead. Supporting cybersecurity education programs is essential. Innovation is key on both sides of this digital arms race. Through vigilance, continuous learning, collaboration, and a commitment to robust security practices, we can significantly enhance our resilience.